So, yeah, welcome back to another session of our Out of the Abyss. I am your dungeon master, dungeon mister, and these are our wonderful players who are playing tonight. If you guys want to say hey or anything.
Hey.
Hola.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
And we're gonna start the session off the same way we start every session, with a little bit of a recap for last time. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So last time, in this dark and wet temple, started wandering around corners with company of Glabagool, a sentient cubic ooze, finding a new area of excavation, or rather from the quake that caused you all to fall. And it was a flooding cave. Also saw 4 nearly identical and very narrow hallways. Planning out what to do, Malachar checked ahead too well. You ended up dealing with it. Checking further down the hall after this little scuffle, inside of this chamber ahead was a fountain, several sculptures of oddly shaped clay. Inside the waters of this fountain were a handful of objects, which, when removed, actually caused a stirring in the water, making some of you become stunned by the sight of it. Recovering these items thanks to using Glabagool, displacing the waters, you started looking for a way out. But as fungi tried to rushing at you with spears and nets in hand, and we're gonna pick up with you guys rolling some initiative. I'm gonna bring you guys to a map here. So if everyone will, please roll some initiative.
Great way to start the round.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere. So, we have everybody on initiative there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are all on initiative. It's actually, I'm pretty sure you guys are all before that guy. Yeah, he's only got a dex of 10. So, with that, Fungi, you are up first. Luckily, you can still see thanks to the dark vision spell you gave yourself last time. Fungi, what are you doing?
Really a bummer that I'm out of second level spell slots. Spike growth would have been pretty fantastic here. Okay. I'm just going to start by launching Symbiotic Entity.
Okay.
And it should give me my extra 12 hit points.
Spores exude around you.
And I don't really actually have much yet that I can start doing with a bonus, so I'm just going to hold my position as any of them come near. Oh, I think that radius actually should be twice.
Is it 10 feet?
Yeah, 10 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'll just get myself in a ready position with my staff in case any of them come near me.
Okay. That will take us to Weller. What does a Weller do?
Oh.
Already kicking it off,
Already.
man, I tell you. Well, unfortunately, I don't have a cool spore thing that I can do. I can just hit things, but I don't necessarily want to hit things quite yet. So, in that scenario, I think I am going to hold an action. Would it be possible to hold an action and like raise my hands, kind of like open palm? I guess I want to have my weapon in my hand, but like have them up, kind of like, hey,
So
like
you can kind of
I'm
have your
not
weapon
doing
like
anything.
ready to swing, but a hand back,
No,
hand
yeah.
front kind of thing. Like,
Okay, yeah, okay. It looked more threatening before you put your hand up in front, but
like
yeah,
you
I like
put your
that.
hand out and then you swing your arm back. So when you do swing forward, you can grab onto it if necessary,
Okay,
but also in a stop kind of motion.
let's do that, and for a trigger, just like any sort of aggression, and I have to pick a particular target, right?
No, you can just be like, if
Okay.
any one of these fish folk come towards you, you're gonna swing.
That you said it perfectly. Could have said it better myself. That's where I'm at.
Fair enough. That'll take us to the, as they're all kind of like all at you guys. The one in the back, you would hear it speak plainly. Those of you who speak Undercommon, which is the majority of you, he would speak plainly. You all make great sacrifice to the great and only Limogulgin.
Yeah, I'm not trying to write that down.
I'll type it out for you. As he calls out
It's
for
hard
that.
to know.
For Limogulgin, he is going to just kind of ready, and he looks a little more. He's got this big clamp and a hook out towards you guys. He's going to step forward and throw a hook at. He's gonna throw a hook at Casmus.
Like a Murloc on steroids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Casmus does a 20 hit.
It does.
As you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you would feel it kind of just latch onto your shoulder as this electricity surges through it. And you are pulled 10 feet closer. And you don't have reactions at the moment.
Right.
That'll take us to Thunder at Dusk.
Okay. Boop. As a bonus action, I will expend a key point and use Flurry of Blows.
All right. Whacking. Yeah, that will hit him.
And then as
1, 2, 3, 4. Rincewind is going to cast Fairy Fire centered right there, so he can catch this dude all the way to that guy.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's
Pretty much right there.
Yep.
All right, as this mysterious light arcs around, they all got to make dex saves. Actually, I rolled one too many there. No issues, that is his. These three guys do light up. With this
Excellent.
multicolored light. One of them this guy got a 20. The other got a natural 1, a 7, and a 9.
Very nice. And then I'm going to holler out, light them up. And let's see, as a... Oh, I can't do that. Can't do that either. I am going to step to inside the psionic spores, or the symbiotic spores,
Okay.
and end my turn. How deep is this water, if you don't mind my asking? I just realized that's water that I'm standing in.
It's very, very deep. Pretty much.
Very, very deep?
Very deep. You guys swam to shore
Oh,
from
as we
like
just...
30 feet under. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I understand now. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't want to leave. What's his name there all by himself? I'm gonna end my turn right there.
I actually forgot to roll initiative for Turvy and Spiderbait. They don't know what they're doing right now. That'll take us to a bunch of these guys who swarm around here like a swarm of fish. And I'll run up. Actually, they'll go this way. So, Weller, you will get an attack opportunity, or your attack will go off at one of these two guys.
As he steps, as we'll say the one closest to me, steps into
The
my
spore as
range,
well.
I'll use.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'll use my Halo of Spores. He needs to pass a con save of 15.
He got a natural 20.
Yeah, son of a bee.
But Weller, you can make an attack at one of those guys if you want.
Okay. Let's do...
This guy will be advantage attack. This guy is not advantage attack. They kind of run in unison.
So... You said that first guy will?
That first guy is, he is lit up with these kind of odd lights that kind of just make him an easier target.
Okay. So just roll at advantage.
Indeed.
Gotcha. Let's do it.
That will hit him.
Fantastical.
14 points of slashing damage as you cut into him, and just blood starts spilling out of his chest as he reaching for a net. Both of them in unison are going to go towards you then, Weller. One of them is going to use the blunt end of a spear. Swinging out towards you, getting an 11 to hit.
That's a miss.
And the other is going to try and throw a net on you.
Rude.
Mm-hmm. Getting a 13 to hit.
That's going to be a miss as well.
And over here, gonna do the same thing as Spiderbait is caught up in a sticky net. And then against Rincewind, got a 50, two of them throwing nets on you, and third trying to hit you with the blunt end of his spear. The net's got a 5 and a 4 to hit. The spear got a 17 though.
That doesn't hit either.
As you easily
Good to be a monk.
dodge out of the way of all their attacks. That'll take us to Casmus.
First thing, we're gonna use Misty Step to back away right there, right by on the island
All right, by
by
Glabagool.
Glabagool. So we're gonna go right there. And then original plan went down to drain, so we are gonna hit. It's still in range. We're gonna hit the one down there for the Eldritch Blast.
All right. Give me an Eldritch Blast. 13 just hits. This is AC, I believe. Yes. As takes 10 points of force damage. He's a tough one. Anything else for Casmus?
Oh, that'll be it for Casmus.
I'll take us to Malachar.
I am going to take a swing at this one in front of me.
All right.
Do, 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 do.
That's going to hit as you pull out Dawn, creating a glorious light. He takes 9 points of radiant damage. And as the light
Ooh, that's
shines really bright in this area. Anything else for Malachar?
As of right now, no.
All right. I'll take us to the top of the round. I will now roll for Turvy and Spiderbait. They were a little behind on that. So that will take us to Fungi.
Is
what is
Gabu
a
gonna
fungi?
join us at all?
Maybe.
Okay.
He's really slow. Yeah, you know what? He's starting to move. Sure, why not? Starting to swim across the river as he actually gets flowed down 15 feet when he's in the water.
I'm gonna take my staff, bring it up over my head, and swing down at the fish right in front of me.
Okay. Ten's gonna be a miss.
And it's completely missing. And no bonus actions for me, so that's it for me.
All right. As you miss, he's gonna use his reaction. I need you to give me a strength saving throw. $14. He kind of blocks it with his shield as your quarterstaff gets kind of stuck. As you can see, there's a slick, or rather thick, kind of goo attached to the end, all over his shield, as your quarterstaff nearly gets stuck. But it does not.
Oh,
You pull it free. That will take us to Weller.
Hey. So just for roleplay purposes, because Malachar brought out Dawn, I'm just gonna have this bright light on me just so that you guys can see. No, I'm just joking. I'm not gonna do that. I have good blind. Let's see. All right, so both of these guys have been injured at this point. I'm gonna take a swing at my old friend right here,
All right.
since he's already looking pretty battered.
He
Get it,
is.
fish battered.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I'm on a roll, guys. I'm on a roll. All right, let's take a swing at him. Nope, still had advantage on. Turn that
That's
back
fair.
off.
23.
That's okay because he's still lit up.
Because he's still lit up.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Thank you.
23 will
I
hit
forgot
him.
why I had it turned on. All right.
As you cut his fish head off with your glaive. And he is no more.
Awesome. Now,
Flops
quick
around
question.
like a fish.
like a fish without a head.
Mm-hmm.
Like a fish out of
Um,
water.
with my second wind, it identifies that as a bonus action,
It
but
is a
my
bonus
action
action.
surge
Action surge
is
is
action.
nothing. It's just
So I can just do it regardless.
You can just do it.
Sweet. All right, that's the way I read it. Just wanted to make sure. I am going to let me go ahead and do second wind first.
All right, give yourself some hit points as a bonus
Yeah.
action.
So that's 1d10 plus fighter level.
And you get 6 hit points.
I'll take them. All right, and I will use. Will I?
Will you? It's up to you. I don't care.
I tell you what, I am. Yeah, because I don't want to move. I'm gonna go ahead and action surge and take a swing at that guy.
All right. Swing away. No advantage this time.
Do that again. Well, it's still turned on.
Fair enough. 20 will hit him though.
All right. Switch that back to normal.
As you kind of going in for another swing, you just cut across this fish guy's chest. You just as he goes down. Anything else for Will?
And now that he is down, I will go ahead and move. Yeah, I can move over there. I'm going to go ahead and take up. I will move here.
All right.
And that'll be it.
That will take us to their leader, who is going to lunge out towards Dusk there, going in for a bite. It tastes good. Getting an 18 to hit with his bite.
It just hits.
As you take 3 points of piercing damage. And then with that hook, he kind of just tries to wrap around you 2 times with it. Getting a natural 1 with his first attack. As you easily just back away for a second as he's just swinging wildly, it seems like. And then a 9 with his second attack. Both missing horribly. That will end his turn, taking us to Dusk.
I will hit him with my mace.
That will hit him. Both show. That deals 10 points of bludgeoning damage. You just kind of whack him across the face.
I can't let a critical go to waste. I'll expend a key point for Hand of Harm.
Alright. Go and roll that twice, right?
Mhm.
And he takes 13 points of necrotic damage as this just leaves this kind of blackened welt across his face.
Oh, actually, hold on.
It has to be on
I may
the
need to
next
take
thing.
that back. My bonus action would have to hit. I didn't. I
Okay.
just didn't think
So
about
it
order.
wouldn't
Right, so
be a
here's
crit.
my bonus action. An arm strike. Yeah.
So that is going to be a miss.
Alrighty.
So he's going to get those 13 hit points back. It still leaves a good welt across his face as you go out to try and just whack him for good measure.
And then I will expend that key point that I was expending on that on since I'm surrounded on patient defense,
All right.
which gives me the dodge action.
Correctamundo. That will take us to Spider Bay's like, oh, I am in a net. Oh, that's weird. And he tries to just cut himself free. Actually, he can... He's gonna squirm out. As he does squirm out of the net, and just, he is going to then bonus action disengage and roll under Rincewind there and back up to where these dead guys are. Oh, that was weird. I was just in a net. That'll take us to Rincewind.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'm gonna take the dodge action and then
Yeah.
yeah. End my turn.
All right. That'll take us to Turvy. Turvy is going to pull out his crossbow and shoot it at the guy right next to you, Rincewind, getting a 23 to hit.
Nice shooting.
As he takes 7 points of piercing damage. So I got you. And it's still up, but he tried. As he's going to take a step back. But that will take us to all these fish guys, as they will kind of scuttle along and surround Rincewind here. And they are all going to... One of them's going to try to throw a net on you. Actually, two of them are. First one getting a 17 to hit.
That's a miss.
And the second one getting an 18 to hit.
That's a miss. They're rolling a disadvantage, right?
Oh, no. So it would have been a 13 and a 16. Thank you for that. The last one...
And, yeah.
Yeah. Because I forgot, you literally just said it, you're taking the dodge action.
Yeah.
The other one will try to blunt into the Spearia, getting a 12 to hit. Just
That's a miss.
all around, just... And the other three around here will do the same thing against Dusk there. Couple of nets going your way, getting a natural 1 and a 17 against Dusk.
Those miss.
All right. And then the spear, not getting his natural 20, but does get a 20 to hit you.
Okay, that hits.
As Dusk, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, as just using the blunt and just trying to knock you out, essentially. And that will end their turn.
And that was at disadvantage as well?
That was a disavantage. That's why he
that
didn't.
Jerk, he's gonna die.
That's why he didn't get a natural 20. But that will end the blabbering fish people's turn, taking us to Casmus. Casmus, what are you doing? I see you clicking.
You're muted.
It wasn't showing up. Okay, so I'm gonna cast X on this this one down there.
All right.
Xing Giant.
He is hexed.
And I'm gonna cast a Ninja's Blast on him again.
All right.
Distance.
9 is going to be a miss.
That's all I can do. That's all gonna be it.
All right. As this dark energy kind of absorbs around him, your blast just kind of goes wide with all the blabbering from these fish people. It will take us to Malakar.
Okay. I am going to move on up here and take a swing at this guy right in front of me.
All right, right in the center there. Gotcha. 15's gonna hit. As you deal 11 points of radiant damage. Just like a lightsaber, just searing into his flesh. Instantly
Some cooked fish.
dehydrates part of his fishy form.
And immediately use my staff to swing at the glowing fish.
All right. At advantage. 18 will hit.
That's one of these. Okay. But then I also get to tack on from
Are
symbiotic.
you doing one or two-handed?
Well, one-handed.
Okay, gotcha. It just showed both, so I didn't know. You'll take
Yeah.
3 points of bludgeoning damage.
And then I also get to add on my 6 here, as it deals an extra 4 of necrotic to him.
Nice. There's just spores kind of start touching down on his skin. Just kind of instantly blistering.
And that's it for my turn.
Alright, taking us to Weller.
Hey guys, it's me again.
Again. Who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk it? I'm gonna take a swing at our old chum here.
Alright. I get it.
I was gonna call it out this time. I just
No.
want someone
Please
to
don't
appreciate
acknowledge him.
it only serves to encourage me.
It is not lost on me.
I totally did not spend the last turn thinking of another pun. All
Fair
right, take a swing.
Well, 15 will hit you, and you do have flanking, so it'll be a 17,
Yep.
which will hit.
Awesome. All right.
You deal 9 points of slashing to him as he's one of the ones with like a net out and is just trying his best to cover up Dusk there. You just slash across his back, just Rawr! He's still up.
All right. I'm gonna hold my position.
That will take us to the boss, who is going to.
As he starts his turn, I'm going to use my Hail of Spores
Okay.
reaction. So he needs the Constitution 15 save.
He got a 15.
Of course he did. Any luck.
But he is going to try to bite out at Dusk and just wail on him with his little sickles at disadvantage. So getting a 10 with his bite, a 19 with his first sickle attack, and an 8 with his second sickle attack.
When you say sickle, is this
His
a
hook, essentially.
melee or ranged weapon?
It's a melee.
Okay.
He can throw it, launch it, or it's essentially just a hook that he's beating you with. But I believe a 19 does hit you. As you take some amount of damage, 3 points of bludgeoning, and you feel this electricity shock through your body as you take 5 points of lightning damage as well. And you cannot take reactions. Which will take us to your turn, Dusk. Go down!
I will hit him.
Alright. 19 will definitely hit him. As he takes 8 points of bludgeoning.
Bonus action, unarmed strike.
That will also hit him. As you kitty claw him for 5 points of damage. Got a good scratch across his chest and welt along his face. He's looking pretty rough. Definitely, like, at least 4 times tougher than his friends.
That is it.
I forgot to move Clavicle up. That will take us to Spiderbait, who will roll behind Turvey, pulling it with his scimitar in hand. Will lash out at the one behind Rincewind. Getting a 6 to hit. It's like, God, come help you. But, oh, this is slippery. That'll take us to Rincewind.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
He's trying.
Man, I am in it right now.
You're surrounded.
I am going to take the dodge action again because I'm still holding that concentration.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, it's gonna kind of look like I'm striking at him, but really it's more like blocking.
I got you. Just parrying, essentially.
Yeah, working hard at not working, and end my turn.
Well, that will take us to, and they got a 13 and 11 to hit, so they're doing shitty. But you are entangled, restrained.
Okay.
By the net. The other 3 guys down here will continue to try to do the same on Dusk, trying to throw nets on you. Getting a 6. And then a 16. And then a natural 1. The amount of natural 1s I've rolled with these guys.
That is ridiculous.
As they're just trying to tangle you up in nets, and you're just, trying to wrestle a grease pig, kind of, but it's just a slippery kitty. That will end the fish's turn, as they're just, again, nonsense all around your step. You can kind of get the sense they're telling you to stay still. Don't resist. That will take us to Casmus.
Once again, we're going to try to get that one down there.
All right. 15 will hit him. He takes 7 points of force damage. He's still up. Kind of blast into his shoulder. Lee McCougan!
And I'm just going to swim back across right there, and that'll be it.
As you swim, I do need an athletics check.
Right.
Wait, so isn't he hexed?
This guy is hexed, yes.
He takes an additional D6, right?
Oh, yeah. That is true.
Only when I, yeah.
When you hit him.
When I hit him.
You should have a hex level bonus. You do
no, I don't have it. Oh, yeah, I do. I'll just.
But yeah, just roll that. Roll that hex damage. He will take 4 points of extra damage. As Casmus, you try to swim. You're just dragged like 15 feet down a little bit. But you can make it to shore easily. It's a narrow area of the river here. Very fast moving. But anything else for Casmus?
Yep, that'll be it.
Taking us to Malachar.
I'm gonna swing at that little fishy guy in front of me.
All right, swing.
Where'd the button go? There it is.
That's definitely gonna hit him. As you stab into his side, just kind of goes right through his chest, out the other side. You can see that lightsaber-esque, yellowy light burn through his insides. Almost like when you put light against a balloon, it lights up. As it glows inside of him, he just looks amazed at what's happening inside of his own body. And falls down dead.
It's a little fish kebab.
Yep.
But that'll be it.
All right. Fun guy.
All right, same attack as last time. I am going to rear back and swing at the same glowy fish.
All right. 22 will hit him.
All right. For Again, the one-handed damage.
All right.
Five.
Five bludgeoning, and how much necrotic?
Just one.
Just one. 24 is gonna hit for sure. Take 6 points of slashing damage. I think you can re-roll that because that's a 2.
I can re-roll that too. Yeah. So what is that? The D10 again?
Well, you can just click on the damage.
Oh, that's right. You tell me that every
Yep,
time.
every
I
time.
don't use that often enough.
For 11 points of slashing damage, you can see it nearly goes through him as you stab into him. You just kind of give that extra push as it does nearly cut him in 2. Blood, and it smells like dirty fish are in the area now.
You said I stab into him,
Yeah,
so I made him a fish stick.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Thanks. Appreciate you.
Anything else for
I am going to go ahead and reroute down to. You know what? Actually, let me bounce up and try to help Rincewind. So I'm going to come up here,
All right,
and I will end my turn there.
I'll take us to the boss. Boss is
Oh, the same thing as before. I'll use my reaction to teleport, and so another 15 Constitution check.
Let's see it. He got a 7,
Hey! Great.
so he will take some damage.
I get to do this one twice now. So he gets a 3 and a 1. So that's 4 necrotic.
You will take 4 points of necrotic damage as he's looking a little haggard. He is going to continue to lunge at the kitty. As they are like a school of fish onto single target kind of frame of mind. Getting a 21 with his bite attack against Dusk there. As you take...
He is.
What?
Yeah, did the X work on it for the attack or?
Hex doesn't affect attack rolls. Hex only
Okay,
only affects like
Ability?
ability checks. So like if you choose strength, it'll affect his athletics. If you choose
Okay.
dexterity, it'll affect his acrobatics, sleight of hand, stealth, and stuff like that. But a 21 with his bite, and then tries to whack at you with his little hook sickle thing, getting a 13 and a 17 to hit.
Okay, only the bite hit.
Alright, you take 5 points of piercing damage. Deep Father, eat you! Taking us to Dusk.
All right, I'll continue our little game of cat and fish.
Yeah. "12 is going to be a miss.
Mm.
As he deflects
I'll-
it with his little hook.
I'll expend my last key point and do flurry of blows.
Alright. 8's going to be a
Jeez.
miss.
And I'll thump myself on the chest. Heal myself for 8 points.
Hitting yourself is always easier.
Apparently.
Holding your ground there.
Yep.
It will take us to Spiderbait, who continues his furious assault with his little scimitar missing. He got a 7. They're so slippery. Taking us to Rincewind.
So which one has me in the net? Is it the dead one?
No, it's actually the one that Weller went up to.
Okay. I am going to take the dodge action again.
Alright. Trying to just not get hit while you're wrapped up in this net.
Yeah.
Alright. It will take us to Turvy. turn. Or,
Yeah, never mind.
Oh, wait, anything else for your turn? I'm
No,
sorry.
no. I was gonna say something, but in hindsight, I decided not to.
You can
So.
still say stuff.
No, I don't. I don't want.
Fair
What's
enough.
going on is perfect.
Fair enough.
So.
Turvy is going to stab out at this guy with his short sword, hitting with one of his attacks for 4 points of piercing. Not enough to end him. Spider bait's right there, slippery. That will then take us to all these Kuotoa. Which there's only 4 of the regular guys left. These 2 here are going to just try to knock out Rincewind. Trying to bang on you with some spears, getting a 12 and a 9 to hit. As you're, even though you're wrapped up, you are not getting hit.
Dodging those bullets.
And the guys down around Dusk are going to try to wrap a net around you, getting a 21 to hit with a net there.
And that doesn't actually cause damage, does it?
No. It's just he wraps you up.
Yeah. Alrighty.
And Casmus, a lot of small cuts from Turvy and Spiderbait, and just kind of stab him straight through his fish head, and he is done for.
And with that, let's see, do I have enough to get? Yeah. I will move over here and end my turn.
All right, take us to Fungi.
I'm going to use my turn to try and actually rip the net off of Dusk.
All
Free
right.
him.
So give me. Do you have anything that does slashing damage?
No, I can't just pull it off. I gotta cut it.
You can give me a strength check.
All right.
That's gonna be a hit.
He's the only one that's up here now. Damn it.
Yep, he's the one that has the net around him.
Yeah. I was gonna bust out the trip attack finally, but now it's kind of lackluster considering that the other 2 are dead. So I'll just hit them.
13 points of slash damage is a good amount. He's still holding on to that net, kind of like attached to his like belt, but he's still up.
All right.
Anything else for Weller?
Well, you said it's attached to his belt.
Yeah.
So if I knock him down, it's not going to knock it loose.
Nah.
Yeah. All right. I'll save it then.
All right.
I'll save it. Damn it! I want to trip somebody so bad.
I mean, you never know. It does at least add damage to it. But fair enough. That'll take us to Thunder at Dusk, who is restrained in this moment. What is our Dusky doing?
Oh, sorry. Temporary disconnect there. All right, so the one that is between myself and Malakar, that's the one that threw the net on me anyway, right?
That is the one that threw the net on you, yeah.
So my attacks are at a disadvantage, but it's fairy fired.
So it's just still a straight roll, yeah.
So it's a straight roll
Yeah.
with flanking.
With flanking, so
All right.
plus 2 to hit.
So just imagine yourself like an angry flailing cat, and that's what you get with this.
Yep. 23 will hit him. You're just kind of trying to beat on him. You will take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Bonus action.
Try and claw up at him or punch into him. You'll take
Yeah.
8 more points of damage. He's still going.
That's it.
All right. And we'll take us to Spider Bite, who will come and help out. Stand next to Weller, or actually climb on top of this fish body looking down. Oh, they're dead fish. And he just kind of stabs out at this guy with his scimitar. Actually hitting for once. For 3 points of damage. Not enough to kill him.
Nothing.
He's hitting. That'll take us to Rincewind.
I think I'm gonna try to escape the net.
All right. Will be your action. Give me a strength check.
Oops, I had that on advantage. Sorry.
You're good. 20 will break free. As you pull the net apart, you are no longer in the net.
And then, let's see. I am going to. Well, I'm gonna have my turn, I guess. I'm gonna
Alright.
stay right here next to Weller. We're gonna take turns beating on this dude.
I did forget to do Glabagools. He actually caught up last turn at the top of the round. So real quick, Glabagool will actually pull up to this in the fairy fired area and try to stick out a pseudopod, missing. And then Turvy. He just shoots this fish in the no neck, because fish don't have neck, as he drops to the ground and the netting kind of pulls free. Oh, I got you, Dusk. And Turvy will kind of move forward a little bit. Taking us to the fish guys. This fishy guy will turn to run away. And all 3 of you guys get a tax opportunity against him. The other guy will also try to run away. So Weller, Rincewind, and Spider Bait get a tax opportunity against him.
It's doing so good.
Can't do great forever.
I know.
You
Yeah. In Undercommon, they said something about sacrificing us to the one true God.
And at one point they
'Cause,
said
I
something
mean-
about. Yeah, I guess one true God. That's what we heard.
Because I've got an idea if we're gonna go to the city, so that they don't attack us again. But I would have to have someone translate into Undercommon, make sure they understand.
What you thinking?
To trick them into believing that we are envoy of their gods.
Okay. I'm not even sure I can pronounce the god's name. So, having said that, B, I don't know anything about their gods, unless anybody else does. And Shushar's gone. And we're covered in fish guts. So,
I think it's worth a
It's a
try.
wash off.
yeah, I mean, I'm willing to give anything a try, but I am exhausted right now. I mean, not technically, but
There were a handful of words that the one spoke, but he did speak, I think 2 or 3 times, was Limugugun. As well as
Said Deep Father, didn't he?
yeah.
That's what I thought I heard.
Yep.
Step over to the boss man and start rifling through his stuff. Maybe he's got.
The bus is in immune. Jesus.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. As all of anything
Let's see if
he
he had
had
any
is
like
just scattered
notes
about.
or
Yeah,
stuff.
maybe he dropped a
or anything
loot
like
bag.
He did not have a loot bag. You guys were the
Damn.
loot they were hoping to get.
We were the
there
loot
would
they were
be,
hoping to
like,
bag.
Bits of fish, like it seemed like they were fishing.
About the nets, can we take the nets?
Absolutely. There's at least 7 or 8 nets left.
I will definitely take one.
And they all have spears as well.
For any
Okay.
non-evaporated fish folk, I want to check them again, like finding notes, orders, anything that's, if there is anything like that.
I'll let everyone. Weller, you can give me a history check.
Happy to.
All right, 10's passing. They don't hardly ever write anything. Much less are the most or least organized civilization that you've ever heard of.
Damn it. They're illiterate.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but dude.
Yes. It may
Could you
seem
please-
that way.
That's
Could
it,
you
guys.
please
I'm done.
have him make a death save? That one was trying too hard.
Yeah, it was.
He came up with it real quick, though.
I was gonna say that was pretty quick. Come on.
I'd already made a
Alright.
kill joke. I will gather up whatever usable fish bits there are.
All right, give me a survival check. All right, I mean, if you're planning on cooking this, you can take as much as you can haul.
Say, can I cook it with Dawn?
Dawn doesn't add actual fire. It's more like getting a severe sunburn.
Okay.
Like not the good,
Um,
like the cancerous kind.
Sun poisoning.
Yeah.
For a split second, you said Dawn, and I immediately went to dish detergent, and I was like, "What the fuck recipe are you making?"
The best.
Oh.
I don't have a backpack. Could one of you come over here so I can fill yours with fish guts?
I
I
don't think.
blindly agree because that's what I do. Yeah, sure, buddy. What do you need?
Sure, turn around and just start kind of shoveling it in.
Fun guy's own weight and fish guts now in his backpack.
Yeah,
He's like tips backwards.
As much as you can carry if you want. Spider Bait will hold open his bag too. You
I
can
mean,
see
Okay.
there's
it's got
two with bags.
old
Custom
bad-
item
Yeah,
fish guts.
fish
I'll
guts.
split as much as I can between the two of them.
All right.
How much till I get encumbered?
Teravia would be like, "Oh, I don't think we should eat them. Like, even though we couldn't understand them, they could still speak. Isn't it wrong to eat intelligent creatures?"
Intelligence, even if they can speak, doesn't mean they're intelligent.
They have society, no?
I mean,
Food is food when you're starving.
that
Well,
too.
Let's just
And they
make
just-
sure that we try to finish before we get to Sloopadoop. I don't know if we necessarily want to roll into the Fish People Society with bagfuls of fish guts. I think he has a point.
Well, if we wish to start a fire right here,
I mean, there's normal fish around, isn't there?
I mean, if
How's
we
they
can
fish
find a
normal down
secluded
here?
place, if we can find someplace secluded right around this area, and just hunker down, eat, and make our way, I think that would be great. But
So, like, take a short rest to cook the stuff and.
Or long rest. You guys are getting close to long rest territory.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a while.
that's where I'm
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Ah.
It wouldn't hurt to make a long rest and
Fair
Are these areas over here like
That's
kinda like
top of-
outcroppings,
that's
like ledges?
That'd be like the top of the cavern. I'd say where you're at's kind of like a ledge. And there's just like, it's the weird kind of spider web like stone stretching across to the ceiling in here. This area is kind of like a little bit raised, so you do have a good vantage point here. You're above the
Okay.
water, or if you want to get hidden, you could go kind of below, a little alcove by this narrow stream, as it does seem to be flowing pretty fast.
Well, I mean, fast-moving water is a decent sign. Typically, it's safer to drink than stagnant water, so we've got a vantage point. We've got flowing water.
And it's loud.
Yeah,
We've
muffle
certainly-
anything.
If we're gonna
Certainly had a
cook,
rest in worse areas.
we don't have anything to burn for a campfire to cook, do we?
Could use some of the handles from the spears, maybe. Could break a few spears.
And they do have like
would-
bits of
yeah.
like leather and like really shitty wooden shields. That all of their shields that tend to have like sticky bits attached to them as well. That's another thing you would notice when you're looking through their bodies.
I mean, yeah, we could use the shield and the spears.
Sticky bits of what?
You're unsure. You can give me a nature check.
Don't do it.
Don't do
It's
it.
best we don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not a save, so there's that.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yet.
Okay,
Yes.
right.
Just like reach out and touch it, and just taste it.
It's
Oops.
caviar.
I
Fish
shouldn't have
eggs.
had guidance on. But-
You're good with the 20. It's fermented and it seems to be fish guts kind of grinded together with like bits of, you can kind of see little bits of like almost like a cement that stays wet, made with fish guts. And you would see fish bones and stuff on the inside, on like the front of their shields, and it's a sticky mess.
Like actual fish or
Yeah, like actual
Like-
fish.
okay. I'm not really sure what the maturity rate of one of these fish people is, if they come from a little tiny egg and they grow up into or if they come from bigger eggs and then grow.
Yeah, I really thought we had like a cannibal holocaust situation on our hands there for a
Or
second.
Right? Exactly.
Jesus. It about got real dark.
I mean, nothing fucking surprises me at this point. So
That's true.
In the Underdark, no.
right. So how about this? How about if we can see if Glabagul wants to help us keep watches? I think that if he like kind of lays himself out around the
I
front
don't-
of the
I don't
thing.
need to rest. I can always see, I guess.
And
Alright,
then
so-
and then how about in Glabagul? I don't know how you feel about it, but I think that you're probably welcome to the rest of the bodies if you're hungry. So
I don't think I
yeah.
am.
Does Glabagul need
Well-
sustenance? How does that
I was
work?
like, does he eat?
I don't know. I'm not
can-
really sure
I can
if
help
you have
dispose
to
of
eat.
bodies. The bones will remain, though.
Wow. It's
I
always
mean, we can do
bones.
that and chuck them in the river. That'd be a lot easier than.
Sure.
Just chuck the bodies in the river.
The river will wash them away.
Yeah.
Better than
If we
throwing
gather-
the whole bodies in there. Can you just imagine being these fish people at the end of the river and just bodies of your fish folk come washing down the river? Be terrifying.
If we gather everything to make a fire, I can just use precipitation to light it up.
Okay.
That's good.
Gather all the wood
so
and
how-
leather bits off of these Kuotoa.
Yeah, we had people taking nets, right? So I don't want those to get mixed up.
Yeah, I took a net. It's in my inventory.
Fair
All right,
enough.
cool.
Well, there's definitely enough for each of you to get one if you want one.
I'm pretty sure I took one.
I mean, yeah,
can't
absolutely.
hurt.
I'll take a net.
Sensor.
Sure.
All right, torch.
We all take one.
If you want one.
What?
You get a net, and you get a net.
Everybody gets a net.
Huh.
But as you're trying to find a good spot to bed down and start a fire to cook up some of these fish people, disposing of the rest, are you throwing them in the river or are you just leaving them there? Or are you having Glabagool?
I said burn the bodies we're not using.
Jesus Christ, what have we become?
I mean,
Man,
if you
mean-
want to hide,
it's Underdark's
I
doing
give
shit
it
to us,
is.
boys.
I want you all to consider it's the drow that has the moral objections to what we're doing. So
Yeah,
things are pretty
exactly.
bad.
Yeah, I'm just saying. This drough's seen some fucked up stuff down here, but even he's like, all right, I don't know if we should burn their dead or dissolve their dead.
I mean, you're just gonna leave the dead right there?
I mean, listen, I don't have a loving relationship with these guys, but we do trade with them on occasion. I don't necessarily want to, like, desecrate their dead.
I
They
mean,
desecrated themselves when they tried to kill us and sacrifice us to a god.
Exactly.
right? Indians throw their dead into the Ganges all the time, so
I would say,
maybe that's part of their whole burial routine.
speaking of that, Dusk, that it didn't seem like they were trying to kill you at all. It seemed like they
No.
were trying to
But
capture you.
They were trying to
but it made
capture
their
them.
intentions clear.
Oh, yeah. They wanted to kill you later.
Listen, Underdark's a fucked up place. You all do what you want to with the bodies. I'm not going to participate. But I mean, I'll respect and understand any decision that you make, but I'm not gonna be part of it.
I think it's either we just leave the body we're not using there, and they're gonna be found by someone, and it maybe break our chances to get the sloopy doop, or we hide the evidence.
How about those sickles? Did anybody pick those up?
Only the boss had one.
Only the boss had one. Is it still there?
It got exploded.
Oh, it got exploded. All right. I mean, if I don't know. I'd rather not just sleep. I'd rather not sleep next to a bunch of dead bodies.
They smelled too, like automatically.
yeah.
Well, they smelled when
So
they
how about
That's true.
Globagool? Why don't you go ahead and do your thing, and then
Okay.
we'll throw the bones into the water, and if it makes you feel any better, I'll say a little prayer to
I don't
the
give a
tongue
fuck.
twister.
Lee Mogugin.
Sure, if you say so.
I don't think you say any prayers. All I was saying is a solution to hide the bodies. But if we just,
Oh, I'm all about it.
I
we
don't
can-
care. I don't care about their prayers for them. They attacked us.
I know.
right.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of imagined that you really didn't care that much in the first place. So,
I ain't religious.
but I mean, I feel like this is probably the most efficient way of getting it done. Is let Globagool do his thing, and then
Alright.
we can toss the bones in, and if whether you care or not, I can say a little prayer and be like, let these
You,
thingamabobs find their way to the great father of whatever. And then
you do you.
there you go.
I think what sets us apart from those that reside in the Underdark is perhaps how we treat our dead. At least
Well,
one
I
of the
don't
things.
reside in the Underdark. I reside in a realm of chaos.
Even more impressive that you want to say a prayer then.
Yeah.
Things
So-
are as someone from the Underdark, things are pretty cutthroat down here. So yeah, I don't think saying a prayer hurts. I think maybe that maybe that's a step in the
Well,
right
I'm not
direction.
trying to disrespect any kind of dead or anything, but
Yeah.
I mean, I would rather A, not sleep next to bodies, and B, leave a huge evidence trail behind that we
For
could be
sure.
tracked by.
Yeah,
So,
Weller, I'm not offended by whatever
okay.
choice you all make. I just don't want to participate, considering we have relationships with these people from time to time.
No sweat. All right, Globagool, get it on it.
Okay. Is
And
is
how long do you think it's going to take?
they're
That should
gonna be
be
they're gonna be in
About 8
this
hours.
about like 6 or 7 hours, and they'll be mostly disintegrated by then. Is Dusk
I
still
mean,
wanting to keep fish cuts
Um,
after this conversation?
he just looks. Dusk looks a little disgusted. You know, default look for a cat. Um, he'll just sigh and start scooping out some of the guts, but he's going to try to keep the regular fish parts, like the stuff that they were accumulating
Okay,
as they were fishing.
fair enough. I'll say you have enough actual fish parts for. We'll do 7 whole fish, enough for 7 rations essentially.
That's pretty
You
good.
can feed 7 people. They
We
seem to
could
be pretty good
also,
fishers.
I mean, I was going to say this, we're at a river. Certainly, and we have nets. I would imagine that we could fashion it into like a cast net and try to catch actual food.
yeah,
Just an idea.
Sure,
it's
fisherman, but we can try.
I will roll fisherman for you.
All
Let me
right.
find it on my character
I'll
sheet.
say while Glabagool is cleaning up the fish bodies, it's trying to start a fire to cook whatever fish you do have, or maybe will possibly catch. As Weller starts kind of fishing along the side in this darkened area. That'll be a good spot for us to take a little 5-10 minute break, and we'll pick up with that. With you guys about to kind of start your first part of the long rest. We'll pick back up there at about 45 after at the latest. So yeah,
Sounds good.
all right.
already.
We'll be back here in a bit, Twitch. Well, welcome back, Twitch. Thanks for sticking it out if you did stick around. We had a little bit of internet snafu stuff going on over here. Don't know why, but it is what it is. But thanks for sticking around. But we are back into it, and where we left off after coming out of the ooze-filled temple and then being surrounded by fish folk who seem to want to capture and or kill you guys. You fared pretty well, uh, killing all of these fish folk, as one of them actually called out that they wanted to sacrifice you to Limugugan, whatever that was. And kind of taking some time to dispose of the bodies, collecting any useful bits, you all kind of tried to find a little niche to bed down in, as Weller was going to do some fishing. You guys were going to start a fire to try and do some cooking and actually getting a good rest in. But that's where we're going to pick up. We'll start with Weller. Go and give me a survival check using these nettings to try and catch fish, as you would notice smaller fish in this area. With a 9. Not used to the ways of net fishing like the Kuotoa are. And you come up empty-handed. But luckily for you guys, Dusk did get some fish off of the Kuotoa as well. But you spend a good part of like an hour trying to go net fishing, and all the fish are too small to get through. You know, they all go through the netting.
All right. We'll try closer to the riverhead, I guess, later, but is this where we're gonna hunker down?
No.
It's as good a spot as any.
Yep.
Yeah.
Glabagul now clearly has 8 or so fish people inside of his body, just all dissolving pretty rapidly as you can watch them.
Feel like going to sleep to a lava lamp.
Yeah, essentially. You do start a fire, and is Dusk going to try to cook the fish now, or are you going to just... what are you guys eating for the day? As collecting more food is a bust.
We should still have mushrooms, or I can go ahead and cook the fish. And then we could try to fish after our rest before we leave and see what we get.
Yeah.
Sure, I
mean,
forgot about the mushrooms.
7 fish.
Do we want to try to?
Which I'll make more of before we go to bed.
Do we want to half ration? Like, do
Everyone
like
eats
half a
half.
fish and a mushroom
Enough to
a day,
save
so we
each.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the
not a bad
mushrooms,
idea.
or whatever mushrooms you have, eat them now because those ones they're only good for 24 hours.
Right.
Let's see.
He did give 2 mushrooms to everyone the previous day.
I did. I did use one on somebody though last time. I
You used it on
fungi.
fungi.
Right.
Just without
I need one.
anything.
You can have one on mine.
Saying, didn't someone use one on me?
So someone used.
That was yes. But I
Somebody
don't know
used
if that was
one
a
on
whole
someone.
rest to go.
Yeah, you guys need to keep track of all that stuff. I'm not going to keep track of your
You only need
potions.
Doesn't matter. You only need to eat one anyway.
Yeah.
Full for
That
a
was
day.
that was a whole rest to go since.
Fair enough. I would say you guys would at least have 1 mushroom left each.
Yeah.
So you can
Yeah.
easily eat that. Even though it's not satisfying, it does fill you up as you kind of dry off by the fire. Let's go back to our watches page. We haven't been there in a long time. Oh, yeah, Shushar was there. But you guys did talk about Glabagool.
And there.
Yeah, I'll get rid of him. You guys did talk about Glabagool possibly. He said he doesn't have to sleep, so he can stay up all night if you guys want.
We don't see the map on our side. The
Yeah,
watch map.
Oh yeah.
that's fair.
I was talking about little bits of them.
There we go.
not, not in each little square. Just so we are all clear about how sick I am in the head. All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we haven't done this in a while.
Nope. Sure haven't. But you guys happy with your watch orders?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good with mine.
Stay up for the first step.
All right.
Cool, man.
I'll use my last 2 spell slots to replenish everyone with
2 more good berries.
2 more. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have. How long is the dark vision that Rinswood gave me before going to last?
You probably have. I'll
It's
say you have
fine.
4 hours left on it. Or no, that was at the start of the day. So you probably have I'll say you'll have it for the first watch.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to wear out. I don't have any. I'm not going to be able to cast.
I thought you cast it on yourself.
No, Rinswood gave me that one.
Oh, so you
No.
wouldn't have had dark vision during that whole fight then.
Well, we had Dawn out anyway.
You did have Dawn out
You can see
because it only lasts for an hour.
Right, 1 hour. And I think I set that up when we first started walking through. And
Right. So that was, and you
It's
guys took a
a
short
few
rest and
hours.
stuff. Anyways, but so you don't have dark vision at the moment. You have a firelight at your smoldering leather bits and sticks, which will probably go out pretty quickly. It's not going to last forever.
does the mace still light up, or does
Mace
it yet?
does.
The mace does. But I should go ahead and cook this fish because since we don't have any way to preserve it, it won't last very long.
I will say cooking the fish is easy enough to do, and you can serve it tomorrow, or it'll extend the keeping of it for a couple more days
Right.
at least.
Okay. And if the fire does go out, I'll ignite the mace and, I don't know, stick it in the ground.
I'd say for the first watch, the fire would still be present, flickering throughout this large cavern with this stream going through, this fast-moving stream. Dusk and fungi. You guys first on watch. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I think if I want to use my last thing here before I go down. Sure, just be extra safe. I'll run one last knowledge from a past life.
Okay.
Give me an extra d6 on that one.
As you vaguely remember watching in the woods, it's so weird to think about woods. They're kind of like big mushrooms, but with flat bits. I'm sorry.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah, kind of like flat bits. You're not sure what those were, but weird sorts of nature and greenery. Just kind of watching things in this mushroom forest of not mushrooms. So I'm gonna sneeze again, or not.
Bless you.
But with an 18 and a 16, you would not notice anything eventful. You would see the occasional fish in the stream nearby, and just that kind of flickering of light throughout. You can't really see past it. Your watch goes by uneventful. Unless there's anything you two would like to discuss. Or you're just kind of drying off by the fire.
Well, it's dusk. Dusk. Have you ever seen places that are green?
Dusk will hesitate for a minute, and he says, "You mean like meadows and forests and places with grass?"
What's that? Is that like? It's not a little guy down here.
Little plants that cover the ground, like little blades, and they're green.
Oh, is there a lot of places like that?
Yes.
Oh,
The rest of the world is not this depressing hue of purple that you see all around you.
it's not depressing. Got all these nice mushrooms here, and well, it's nice. Not everybody's nice, but nice down here.
Well, not everyone is nice up there either. But then again, everyone has their own point of view as to what is nice.
Just sometimes feel like I see it. I don't know it. I don't know. It's just silly, I guess.
Perhaps, perhaps not. Perhaps when we are not having to keep watch, I will teach you some techniques to focus your inner mind. Who knows? You might discover something about yourself.
That could be fun.
Yes, fun, indeed.
Stool's just kind of... Stool's there. And he's kind of wandering and waddling around the campfire. I don't remember anything. Just big mushrooms. At least in my life. But if we get to Neverlight Grove, maybe you can remember all the things that happened in Neverlight Grove with me.
Okay. Bet you that'll be fun too.
Does once you connect to them, you can remember things that you weren't there for? Maybe it's like that.
Maybe. Sounds right. It feels like I remember stuff that I didn't do. I don't know how you remember something like that. I don't know.
Perhaps you are more hallucinogenic than you think.
Or maybe you're connected to something once and you're still connected to that group mentality.
Be interesting.
That sounds positively grovy.
His stool will kind of waddle off into the darkness and set himself down somewhere. The rest of your watch goes by uneventful. A little lapping of water and rushing stream. You wake up Spiderbait and Weller as dusk goes to sleep.
Hi, guys.
I went to the first watch.
Not bad.
It smells like
Nothing
fish
funny.
in here.
Yes, but y'all were eating. Did you like it?
It's okay. I mean, they didn't taste good. I dumped out my bag of stuff. I gave it to Glabacool. As he's still kind of vacuuming the area.
I think it was a wise choice.
Yeah, I don't want to eat that. Spiders are easy to eat. They're crunchy. The crunchy bits in the bone, or the bones of the fish people, they're not good crunchy.
Well, cook them or dispose of them. It's best we probably go through this next leg of this adventure without them in our backpacks.
Okay. Yeah, I've never wandered away from the web walkways, so this is all new to me. I'll take your word for it. As he kind of spends his time scraping the inside of his backpack out. And Weller and Fungi, give me a perception check.
Oh. Got the cat guidance.
I would say it's an over time thing, so it's not like you're constantly casting guidance. I would say
Oh.
guidance wouldn't be available for these kind of checks. But with a 13 and a 9, spider bait occasionally trying to spit shine the inside of a backpack is very distracting for you two. But your watch also goes by smoothly and uneventfully. Spiderbait and Fungi go to sleep, waking up Casmus.
I'm just gonna sit at the side quietly,
Yeah, as you don't sleep, but yeah.
just staring on to the void.
Alone with your own thoughts.
So, Weller, you do speak Undercommon, correct?
Correct.
So I was thinking about this to try to convince them and Soupy Doop that we're envoy of their god, but I would need someone to translate because I don't feel like they understand common.
Yeah,
Be willing to do that?
it's certainly an idea, but we have to remember what Shushar told us. They seem to flip-flop between gods depending on what day of the week it is, so who's to say that when we get there, that's the god that they're worshiping? I would say we'd have to feel the situation out before
I mean,
going forward with
I
a
would
plan.
mention a specific god. We could probably still try to trick them into believing we're sent by whatever god they're worshiping at that time.
If we're vague enough, it might work.
I can try to be vague enough.
But if you're looking for a translator,
And that's
I
all
do
I'm
speak
looking for because I
undercommon.
don't speak undercommon.
I can do that for you.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right, with your plan at least talked about. Weller and Casmus, give me a perception check. Beautiful. It's a quiet night in the cave here. Almost too quiet. You get lost in thought more often than
Shut
not.
up. Don't say that.
As your watch also goes by uneventfully.
Thank God.
As best we can tell.
As best you can tell. Waking up Rincewind, Malakar, and Turvy for the last watch.
Okay. So I'll be kind of scratching on my shield with whatever sharp rocks I can find. I'm gonna be kind of like marking a religious emblem on it. Not really, almost like I'm not in control. Like I'm what do you call it when
Like a Ouija board.
people start drawing a little bit? Yeah, they're drawing the picture out and then they keep moving. Kind of like what's his name did in like the first season of Stranger Things, where he's making the map of the
Yeah.
whole Underdark thing.
Yep.
And he's just shooting it off, but I'm just like scribbling on, then I'm rotating the shield and scribbling some more, rotating the shield, um but kind of doing it subconsciously, mostly watching back and forth. Bell mentioned to Malakar that we should probably kind of be on the lookout for that Darrow that we lost back there, because I'm not entirely sure that um he's not gonna come back and haunt us. What was that dude's name again?
Boopadell.
Yeah,
Yep.
Boopido. Yep.
Yeah, he may show
So
up again at some point.
So we need to be on the lookout for that, because, I mean, he seems slippery. So,
Turvy will just say,
um,
well, it won't catch me off guard.
I mean,
Mal-
yeah.
Malakar would just kind of be sitting over with his shield up and the map on it, trying to remember as best as he can the path they've taken.
You guys don't know exactly where you are now, but you've traveled a little bit. If you want Malakar, go and give me a survival check to try and best guess where you've gotten.
That one.
Yeah, close enough.
Better.
It'd be worse.
Yeah, could do much worse.
Could be
The
worse.
end of this map is going to look great.
I think it's the best. It's the best roll so far.
You're
I
getting
think it
better
is, yeah.
at it as you go.
As you went
So I think
over,
before.
but then you went down. You fell down there. And that was the ooze. I don't know how to... This is your ooze drawing here. Ooze temple. And then you swam up. And there's a river. You're there.
All right.
You feel pretty confident that you did it's map.
No.
But as you guys are taking watches, trying to figure out how things are going, both you guys give me a perception check.
I like how in our world, not only are you bad at drawing a map, like keeping track of our location, your iconography is terrible too. You're like, temple. It's across river. It's kind of a straight line.
Yep.
Like things that a normal person would know to draw.
So
You would just have weird lines going between them. You even mess up the
So-
icons on the map.
he's too focused on his drawing to
He's trying to
just
draw.
look
He's
around.
I'm
like-
too focused on the map.
That's what. See, that's
Yep.
what happens. There's no getting away from it.
It's got tongue sticking out. Just.
And Rincewind, give me a perception check.
Oh, sorry. Perception with yeah. Again.
All right, with a 15.
At least someone's paying attention.
You are paying
Yeah.
attention, and about an hour and a half into your watch, 30 minutes before, you feel like almost time to start waking people up. You guys would hear a voice nearby. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad I found you all. What are you doing out here? It's a familiar voice of a gnome that you lost.
You all did
Some
this.
time
You
ago.
spoke him into existence.
I thought it was about
You said
time.
a gnome.
Yeah. It was a gnome. Boopido had a Russian accent, okay?
Oh wait.
I'm
As-
sorry,
as-
you're right. I got them
As
confused.
you would see the friendly face of Jim Jar poke his
Jim
head
Jar,
out.
yeah.
What?
Oh,
He's
Oh.
alive.
Jar.
It's alive.
Yeah. Well, it's just me. I'm not trying to startle you, son. As you would see him step out of the shadows. Well, it's all shadows now. The fire has definitely gone out at this point. Glad you all made it out.
Well,
What happened to you?
Well, I fell down a chasm. Oh, well, what did you think happened?
No, but what happened afterwards?
I did a bit of traveling. I went over there. I found the lake.
you know where the lake is from here?
Yeah. It's a dark lake, but it's I guess why it got the name. The Dark Lake. But I searched the shores for a little bit. Didn't see any sign of you guys. I did see a lot of fish folk around. They're mucking about, but I thought I'd backtrack back and try and find get to the spiderweb area, and well, here we are. It's bloody good to see you all.
About how far out is the lake from here?
And not but a couple of hours.
Well,
What are you lot been up to? So you got one of the gallbears
barely.
with you.
Yeah, one of them got killed.
Yeah.
We ran into our captors. They attempted to recapture us, and then we fell into a underground temple filled with ooze.
Oh. Well, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it
What
wasn't fun.
happened to the shoe shop? He'd probably be good at talking to all those fish folk.
Well, Shushar didn't make it.
Oh.
Pretty sure Bupido sacrificed him.
Oh, yeah. Where's that crazy bugger?
No idea.
Yeah, no.
He's disappeared.
All right. Oh, well, it all looks, well, a bit of ups, bit of downs, eh?
It could be worse, that's for sure. But it's good to see you.
Ah, yeah. No, I mean, you guys weren't hedging bits on me being gone forever, right?
Well, we thought you were dead after you fell.
Well, it did seem that way for a minute.
We did search for you.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you did. I mean, didn't find me, but sometimes I'm hard to find, and, well, I get that. Felt for a while. Feels crazy, but here I am, and there you are, and, well, glad to found you.
All right, so do you know a way to avoid these fish folk?
Yeah, well, they're all about the lake. Well, you wanting to avoid them? I thought you all were heading there.
Well, I mean,
I talked to a
it seems
couple. They
like,
seemed all right.
We were
well,
attacked by a group of them as soon as we resurfaced from getting out of that underground temple.
Oh. I don't know what was going on. Well, I overheard a conversation. They were like something about some deep king and sea mother or something, and I don't know. Watched one of them kill the other one over it. It didn't seem too
Ooh.
good. But the others that I spoke to weren't talking about that. Kind of hard to tell when they're awake. Some of them just walk around aimlessly while they're sleeping, it seems like. Like a fish, I guess. Weird stuff.
well, more than anything, I think we need boats.
Oh yeah, they
So,
got rafts and boats and lots of it. It's all whole look like a town, not too far away.
I don't know.
Docks and whatnot.
Casmus, it sounded like you had a plan earlier. You want to follow through on that?
I would say at this point you all would start waking up naturally. As Chasmus, you get kind of nudged awake by a Rincewind. And would see Jim Jar there.
That's a nice surprise to see you here, Jim Jar.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm surprised as well, but here we are, right?
Ah, friend, I thought you were dead.
Now,
Oh, I'm so relieved.
old Jim Jar's gonna live through it all.
Can I, I don't know if this works or not. Can I do an insight check to just kind of get a read to see if this is like the same dude that
This
we
is Jim
watched
Jar.
all?
If this
Yeah.
is Jim Jar,
Give me an insight check.
Not Bupido and Jim Jar's clothing,
Right.
you know.
I would
Exactly.
never do that. $23. Same
better tell us.
Yeah,
mannerisms.
totally.
There's spitting image, spitting voice. It is Jim Jar, as best you can tell.
I am not relieved.
I mean,
All right.
My fears are not allayed.
I didn't even think about him not being actually Ginger.
No. So,
What are you lot up to? They said you were heading to the lake to look for some rafts.
I mean, that was the
Boat?
original plan.
It's best as any if you
And-
want to get to.
We still gotta get a Sloopy Doop. Wherever that is.
Oh, it's probably the village around.
yeah, that's the village I'm thinking. But does Jim Jar have his shackles on still?
He does not.
Okay. Huh. The neck one either?
He does have the neck still on.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I think it's, best for all of us if we keep getting distance between us and and that jail that we were at. So
I bet would be
I
a
don't
great
know.
way.
The boat's the best way. If you feel the city's the way to go, then if I think our friend Casmus here might have an idea to.
And like I talked to Weller to during our watch. He's gonna translate for me,
Oh,
but we might be able to trick them into believing that we're sent by their gods.
well, let's put our best foot forward first, though. Before we try the tricking, let's see if we can kind of weigh where their intentions lie, maybe.
Well, I like
Yeah,
what your
Because
no,
head's
it
I'm
does
not.
at there,
sound like
Casmus. That sounds like a fun idea.
We discussed that. We need to be sure of what god
Yeah.
they're worshiping on
Right.
this day of the week. And Weller would
because yeah,
walk
sorry,
over
go
to-
ahead, Weller.
Oh, you're good. I'm gonna walk over to Jim Jar and just put my hand on his shoulder and kind of emotionless, say, I did go after you.
He gives a big smile up at you. Oh, I know you did, big guy.
Me too.
Well, I'm here now. You're here now. Well, we should probably make the best of it, right? Hey, Tavi, you doing all right? Tavi's like, yeah, I'm all right, but well, yeah. Still wanting to go to Gracklestug though. Get off these collars, right?
We'll get there.
Well, it's not a bad idea. Maybe go to Blingenstone after? Turvey kind of pipes down at that. Oh, I'll be fine. Blingenstone is, well, a little bit too close to some places, but I'd probably get some of you topside if you want. Bet there's some tunnels over there that can get you up.
Whatever gets
Yeah.
us away from those crazy bitches with the tentacle rod things. I want distance because they seem to pop up at the worst time. So, I just want to get the hell out of here. So, I'll leave the decision making up to you guys about whether you want to go through the town or try to avoid it.
I mean, you've seen the town, Jim Jar, from what I can understand?
Yeah, it's got these like knittings all around it and a bunch of docks in the center of it.
Did they seem friendly to you? Were they friendly to you when you?
Well, the couple I talked to were friendly enough, but yeah, I guess you just gotta. I have a way with words sometimes, and then other times not so much. But it seemed all right. I didn't go in the town. I just talked to some of them that were like fishing nearby.
Yeah, except for the one that killed the other one.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I mean, they didn't like each other.
Well,
Whatever that was
I would
about.
hope not. I mean, it'd
if
be
we go to
super
the
awkward if they did like each other.
if we go to the docks and we've talked to the fishermen, if they seem friendly, we could probably get a boat from them and go across to the other city across the lake.
Yeah,
Get those
exactly.
colors off. And if I don't have to trick anyone, it's probably gonna be the best thing.
Oh,
But it would be fun to do, as he says that he looks towards Jim Jar.
yeah. It will be fun.
All right, should we pack and get going?
Yeah.
Um,
Anyone want to try to fish this morning?
Hey, you'll have better luck on the lake.
We can if we get a boat, we can fish on the raft or whatever it is.
Well, you could probably buy fish too if you got anything to trade. I'd imagine at least. I mean, it looked like quite a heap of stuff, but I mean, lots of fish folk around. Sure, they got some supplies if you need it.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
But come on, I'll
Um,
show you the way.
Let's go, I guess.
Dusk, how are you feeling on this?
I suppose it's as good of a way to go as any.
Yeah. Um. All right.
We're gonna take
Are
a
we
couple minutes right before we go, just to change out a few meditate, just to change out a few spells.
Fair enough.
Let me
It
take
should
a
take
look
me
real
more than 3
quick,
minutes.
dude.
And Dusk would like to try to squeeze out of his manacles again.
You're not in your manacles. You guys all melted them off.
Burn them all off. That's right. It's the neck one. Oh,
Yep.
I need to get rid of my manacles on my inventory then. Never mind.
Yep. You still have the. You just don't have the chain is melted off, so you still have the bracer part.
Yeah. They're still there
Right.
on yourself.
So
Right.
it's still weighing you down, but you're.
That's more weight.
It's just weight. It's just not, restraining you.
Just because I
Or
may have
kinetic
misheard it,
energy for your punches.
Right.
where did
Yeah.
Jim Jar say that he wanted to go?
Bling and stone.
Okay.
Which is
So, do we get our long rest then?
you get your long rest, yes.
Okay.
Which I would say, Weller, you would have heard of Bling and Stone. It is kind of close to Menzo Berenzin, the drow capital under here, but it is not friendly with Menzo Berenzin. It has been raided a couple of times by Menzo, but it is a city of deep gnomes who are kind of close knit and, for the most part, much friendlier than any other society down here. 100%.
Cool.
Mostly about a lot of like stone workers. Bling and stone. Shiny stones. But as you start traveling on with Jim Jar kind of leading the way and kind of showing you where he had come from. Like, yeah, so I just went down there and went around a few corners and, well, there you were. Follow this little river, which does, as you start traveling, get a little wider. And he's pointing out some areas where he, like, slept, like, not too long before he met you guys. Pretty much like a little hole in the wall. But kind of as this cave and the river, river starts extending to where it makes it to where it's like kind of a walkway that you have to like along the sides of it throughout this large cave. And it seems to start extending further into a not expansive, but flows into what looks like is a marsh, or like several smaller caves just going through this larger cave, essentially like a large network of caves that are flooded, essentially. Let's see if they got a good picture of it.
So I'm assuming we were heading downstream.
As you guys were heading downstream, occasionally dotted with little bits of fluorescent lighting. And as you turn the corner to kind of get to the edge of this lake, which parts of it do expand into a lake-like or ocean-like substance, you would see a pack of 9 Kuotoa. 2 of the larger ones kind of carrying the hooks that you had seen previously. 6 of them wielding spears and nets and shields. One of them looks to be wielding a staff of oddly like manta ray like fish creature adorning the top, made of like wood. As they all suddenly stop as they see you. You see that person. And them leading kind of holds up their staff, and they all stop in unison. Oh, hello, I'm Plupluplin, art priest of the Sea Mother, Blittervloop. Oh, she has answered prayers for delivering you. Help us, and you can help us.
He's speaking Undercommon, I'm guessing.
Speaking Undercommon.
Gasmus is gonna poke Jim Jar. I'm assuming Jim Jar speaks Undercommon since he's been down here. So
The Plu plane,
What?
archpriest of something or another. And then he will, that's what you would hear, everyone would hear that, as she cast a spell, and then essentially is speaking common now. Oh, I'm sorry, do you understand me now?
now I do.
Hello.
So, hello. We're trying to get across the lake.
Oh, that's perfect. But I'm looking for someone just like you guys.
What do you need?
Oh, that's quick. Come on, I will escort you to Slubladub.
We get a side check, see if he's trying to lead us somewhere other than Slippy Doop or trick us.
Give me an insight check. Doesn't seem like it. All right, well that seems about right. We needed a boat. You got boats there, right? Well, we got boats. Make lot boats.
Gasmus just look at the other groups.
Take
Every
lot
single
boats.
word. Just like, should we trust her?
These
Not really
ones aren't
saying.
trying to get us.
Yet.
You're right. It seems they're trying to kill us with kindness.
Oh no, I'm not killing you. Hopefully not. I mean, you're looking for boats. We have boats. But no, of course. I can explain. So, well, we're in harmonious service to the will of the Sea Mother. We have been for some time. But you see, it's all. There's been occasional visionaries who have like wandered and stirred up trouble. The last one was this stupid idiot named Shushar. Uh, Nothing of any great concern though. So, but however, so a few weeks ago, and she kind of, or he kind of like looks back to the rest of the fish folk as they're just nodding along. Yeah, a few weeks ago, my daughter claimed to experience a powerful vision of Label Gulligan, the Deep's father, and proclaimed that he was the new god of our people. Well, it was no good. And, well, she started to have, like, magical powers, and the more people flocking to her. We're split in two, and kind of fighting among ourselves. They keep making offerings to his altar and killing blood sacrifices and bloody chumming the waters of Dark Lake. It's as well. It's being confirmed, I think. I don't know.
What do you want us to do?
So you guys would perfectly fit. Help us. We offer you as a token of peace and reconciliation with our friends, and he'll use like air quotes.
You're saying you're gonna offer us a sacrifice
No,
to make
no,
peace.
you gotta listen. You're gonna be well rewarded, I promise. So, we take you, and we use you as, it's a trick. It's not real. It's a trick. So they're gonna think you're gonna be helpless prisoners, but really you're gonna be infiltrating.
We ain't got time to infiltrate a cult.
You're on the boat, right?
I don't know if you're looking for an envoy of peace.
No,
If this is the party you want.
It's not envoy of peace. It's the ruse. It's false. It's fake. So we go in. We're gonna be like, here, do sacrifices, and they're gonna try to sacrifice you, but when they do, it's a
You want us
it's a trick.
to. What do you want us to do when they try?
We're gonna not let them do that.
Do you want us to kill them?
No,
Right.
Well, no, not just you. It's just so we can get close to them all. We'll be there too, and we'll together.
So you're saying you're worshiping this Sea Mother, correct?
Oh yeah.
And they're worshiping this Deep Father.
Not even just they. Your own daughter has claimed to have visions of the Deep Father.
It's running our people astray. Limo Gulen is false.
Okay, there's one thing I can try, and I'm saying try. But you might see it as heresy. If you like, we can trick them into believing that the Sea Mother is appearing to them and telling them that they're being put astray. But in exchange for us trying that, you got to give us a boat. If it works or not, we get a boat.
No. So
Well, it sounds like the other option is.
Their minds can't be changed. Even with my magic, I haven't been able to persuade my daughter. She gotta go.
Casimus, it seems like we're getting a boat to go to Sloopadoop and then killing the other people.
Which I don't want to do.
Sounds like
no boat
sounds like
to
we're getting a.
We just walk down the down there, down the
Oh, so
down,
it
down
sounds
the
like we're
beach.
Sounds like we're getting a boat either way.
Yeah, but do you really want to kill him? And Casper's
No.
gonna say really silently to Weller, more of them.
No, I don't.
No, so that's why I'm trying to do it with the deception route.
Oh,
So
We
it's-
don't have
it's
to
a
kill him.
deception.
well, just hang on, Casmus, so that we're on the same page. I don't want to, but I will.
If they give us no choice, sure.
Okay, just
We don't have
I'd
to.
rather
I wanted to
avoid
make
it.
sure my intentions were clear.
Oh no, definitely. If they give us no choice, we're gonna have to defend ourselves and do what must be done. But if I can avoid it, I'm gonna avoid it.
Again, we don't have to kill him. I mean, we can.
What else can you
We
do?
can- Well, we can try to capture them. We can knock them into
Okay.
submission, and then try to. I'll leave them with you for deprogramming or whatever needs to be done. But
Beatings will continue until morale improves, type situation.
yeah,
Okay, we can get behind that.
I mean,
So we capture your daughter and we leave it to you to deprogrammer.
They won't be able to get close unless you're like. That's why the offer of sacrifice. So we were looking for people that weren't from there, so we could put them into
Yeah.
position.
See, I think what Casmus is picking up on that I'm hearing now too is you keep using this sacrifice word, and it makes us a little nervous considering
No.
you're talking about us.
We're not even because it's the default sacrifice. We're not actually sacrifice. It's
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 convenient
like-
you've forgotten that false word a couple times already.
it's so we put you there,
Okay.
and
Okay,
and
look.
we're like, hey, here's a present, and then
No.
the present jumps out, and it's not a present.
So you're Trojan horsing us.
I don't
Well,
know what a horse is.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't either.
I'll be completely honest with you, because I mean, you haven't really given us any real, but we've been attacked by some of you fish people.
I bet they
up there.
worship Lima Gulen too.
Yeah, they said him.
They said him.
Well, there you go. Don't payback time.
No,
We got our payback.
revenge is not the way to go.
Can I just ask? You're saying that your daughter claimed to have these visions or this line of communication with Lima Guggen.
Yeah.
Certainly, that's not enough to just gain her followers. I mean, there's already
Well-
another sect of you all that follows Lima Guggen.
Now-
Why are they following her?
Now enough people are following, and she's got magic.
Who's got magic?
My daughter.
Is that run in the family, or is that
Well, I was
new to
only
her?
given magic thanks to the sea mother.
But she was given magic thanks to the Deep Father.
Right. So she put down. You gotta put down before the more magic comes. And then it's
so
all
you're
thrown
worried
into
that there's a
chaos.
new sheriff in town.
Right. Get rid of sheriff.
Is anybody else worried that both of these entities that these people claim to hold true are granting them magic?
Well, the theme mother
I'm
does
just gonna
bring me
raise his hand.
magic, and
Thank you, Funga.
obviously.
But
do your guys not
s-
grant you magic?
The sea, your daughter believes in the Deep Father, who also granted her magic.
Well, because enough people are following now.
So you're
Give
telling me there's
I would let Rincewind and Weller roll me a religion check.
I don't know if I want to. This is how we end up in a cult, guys.
Exactly.
Weller.
Sorry, but good job, Weller.
Weller. So Kuo-toa religion is
How do
something.
how do I roll well and you still sound disappointed in me? We have this weird like father-son relationship where I just try to please you.
So
And you're like, well or weller.
yeah. I mean, you get it right. Good job. It's good. I'm glad that you got it because it makes sense for your character to know it because it's Underdark. So Kuo-toa religion is something of an anomaly compared to most god worshipping people, in that if enough Kuo-toa believe in something, it often comes true. So what
That
what
is
he's
good to know.
saying is, if people don't believe in the Deep Father, or if the people that do believe in the Deep Father die, then the Deep Father will also die.
Okay.
Whereas,
American
or
gods. Then.
yeah, pretty much the belief in their deities make them real to a degree.
Fair
That's
enough.
some overpowered shit right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think that's
that's
just
like some
religion.
American God stuff right
Yeah.
there.
That's just religion in general.
Yeah. So we just need to maybe capture or get rid of and make them stop believing. But if we kill them, then that kind of makes it a lot easier. But pretty much we just need you guys to just get in there and pretend to be sacrifices. And when the time comes, or I don't know what'll happen, they'll probably take you to the altar, and I don't know, and but they'll let us get close too, and then we have to we all jump in and attack at the right time.
Or
Right?
Attack
we
with
said,
what?
With power.
or we try before we attack them. We try to make them believe that the sea mother is talking to them, saying them to go back to her worship. If it doesn't work, we attack them, I guess, if we don't have any choice.
But you have to get close. And you're outsiders, so the only way you get close is if you sacrifices.
We can figure that out to get close. We can get a sacrifice, and then I can do some magic.
You need to understand this plan ends with Kuo-toa dying.
Well, that's okay.
One of them possibly being your daughter.
Well, yeah. That's the only way. I mean, we make more. It's not a big deal.
Okay. We're getting nowhere.
Oh, you can come to to Sloopidulop. And we get you a boat, but for the boat, then you have to, it's just a little ruse. Pretend. Make believe.
And just to, because I'm a stickler for the details, circle back to the sacrifices in the lake.
Right.
What did you say was happening?
What
Lake
do you
was
mean?
running red, and
Oh, no, it's
feel like
dark water. I mean, sacrifices all the time, but
I feel like you used a key word, not. I would throw a
It's
glance at
being
Dusk and be like,
consumed.
not your key, but a key word. Yeah, as my compatriot said, consumed. Care to elaborate?
probably just the Ixiaddles. They eat anything that goes in there.
So, you're gonna just march us in there unarmed?
No. That's stupid.
So
How are we
we're
supposed to be sacrifices if we're armed?
So, There's like hundreds of Kurotoa. There's like 8 of you guys.
Okay, so now, okay.
Yeah,
So
that
now you're
brings me to my
basically
next
sending us
question.
to a death.
How many
No.
followers of the Deep Father are there that we're talking about?
Some are on the fence, but others are, you know, I don't know, numbers. There's at least a school of them. But then we have a school ourselves, so we got your
A magic
back.
school.
Many are in a school.
That's enough?
Okay.
Hmm. When
Which
dealing with
large
fish
numbers
people,
here?
it is good to have some sense of scale.
Oh, fuck you. That was good. I'm so jealous.
Uh, yeah, we have scales. But, I don't know numbers. There's lots of us, though.
Which we need to know how many we would possibly be having to fight.
Well,
I
we
think
would be
he's
there
saying that.
too.
Yeah, I think he's saying that it would be evenly matched, or we would have the advantage
But
if they have a school and we have a school.
if we
And
take out their leader, their chosen one, then we're the, and some of them would be like, oh no, we're better now.
I mean, this seems to be a little bit more valuable than just a boat.
What do you
right,
want?
right,
The
yeah.
more that you're,
2
the more
boats?
that
We'll give you 2 boats.
I
Why
mean,
not?
you
Okay.
could start with 2 boats, but I mean, I would like 2 boats laden with supplies, ready to roll at a moment's notice if this thing turns south and we have to beat feet out of here. Because I mean, it sounds like we're going in under the ruse that we're going to be offered to this other faction, and the faction's going to, in fact, possibly offer us to their god in some gruesome way. But what we're actually doing is walking in and apparently armed, and we're supposed to overthrow this other smaller faction and put an end to the worship of this god. And that seems like it's worth more than just like a boat.
Well, you're helping us put an end to it. We'll be there too.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing all heavy lifting. I have magic beyond what you can understand.
No, I certainly understand that, but we're the fulcrum that the whole thing
No, it's
goes
beyond what you
upon.
can
So,
understand.
Beyond
well,
what we can understand. Okay. Okay.
uh-huh.
So I've got 2 questions. One out of character, just because I had to step away for a minute. How many are we talking to right now? I know we're talking to one. How many are with that one?
There's 7 behind him.
Okay. So in character, Weller would say, it seems to Casmus's point earlier, you've been pretty forthcoming. What happens if we don't go along with this plan?
Well, no boat, obviously.
Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine that we just go along on our way and this is ended in a harmonious conversation and we just go our separate ways.
Well, I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
you sound like you have an imagination.
We have encountered your kind before. Do they have nets and spears
Yeah.
and a sickle by chance?
Yeah, they do.
All right, so they're reminiscent of ones that we fought.
I mean, the fact that I can speak into your simple common tongue should be proof that of the magic that the Sea Mother has given me.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
Could you
And
walk away?
She'll kind of like wave her stick around and point it towards the water, as you would see her kind of pulling and pushing her stick, causing a massive whirlpool to erupt. Look at the power she's given me.
All right, that is pretty cool.
It's real, and it's probably like 40. She's casting control, or he's casting control water.
Can we tell if the magic is coming from him or from the stick?
Oh, Rincewind's trying to steal
give
a stick.
me an insight check.
Trying to steal a fish stick. I know I already used that joke, but it's applicable again.
Yep. I'll actually give you advantage on it because you do have priestly magic yourself. With a 16, it very much looks like she's casting this, or he's casting this. It's a he, I promise.
You can
He's
make it
just
a
using
she
the
if it makes it
focus.
easier.
You know what? It might. I keep calling him her, so
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a she.
I mean,
It's a fish. It's
a fish. Yeah.
yeah.
It's both.
It's a they.
Some can change some
It's-
species can change.
That's
their
true.
sex.
Their
true.
name is
Fluid
their
in
name
the
is-
water.
There you go. It's Plupluplene. That's their name. So maybe they
Yeah, either one.
all pronouns.
right. The only way you can really tell is if they're
Okay.
laden with a row.
We can't just keep arguing all day here.
Who's arguing? We're coming up with a plan, and you guys are key to it to help us get close so we can deal this blow.
Okay. So here's the thing. We're gonna need 2 boats laden with supplies, ready to go. So we're not looking to stick around. You know, we've got places to be other than this. So if we're gonna help you out, we need to have assurances made.
Give me a persuasion
And
check.
then oh boy.
I don't know if this is persuasion. This is Rincewind just saying how it's going to be.
Yeah.
No. Persuasion. I have to look for all the negative ones. There it is.
For the 13.
That 20 was peaking.
It was close.
It was right there.
It was peaking, man.
We'll get you 2 boats, and you can trade for your own supplies. Whatever that may
Okay.
be.
Can we trade 1 boat for supplies?
Well, I mean, how many people are going to fit in a boat?
Yeah,
How
how
big
big
are
is
the
your boat?
A big boat, small boat.
No, big one. How big? How many people can fit?
10, 12, 14, 20?
I thought you didn't know numbers. So now you do. So how many are we going against? You fucking liar.
Not big numbers. The Kuato die all time, birth all time. So, you know, it's fluid.
About 10. So
2
not 2
schools?
boats, but if you give us 1 boat full of supplies,
Yeah, we'll
If we-
give you
if
1
we help
boat
you out.
full of supplies.
alright, then I guess we're gonna help you out, but we're gonna try to not kill anyone first.
Spiderbait will just say, so we're just walking in pretending to be. I've been done this so many times. It works every time, guys. I promise.
60% of the time, every time.
Spider-Bait, don't take this the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's not encouraging.
Well,
he is alive still.
I have been through this, and it's worked every time. Usually with spiders, but, you know, every time.
He is alive still.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's go.
Jim Jarrett
Lead the way.
scratches head.
Pardon me.
Well, at least there's some deception, right? I mean, don't have to lie to him about worshipping something. You just pretend to be sacrifices. See?
No. Look, all I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do the talking when we get there. Just translate for me.
Oh, I don't think it'll have the same effect as you want, but okay.
Oh no, just to translate. You'll see.
I like how Gasmus is like, no. I'm gonna do the talking, but also translate, please.
I mean, he doesn't speak undercommon.
Right.
Right.
Roll an intimidation check on Jim Jar, I think.
No, he's talking to me, to the priest, not Jim Jar.
Do not
Okay.
vary from what I'm saying, no matter how much I don't understand the language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Jar goes,
Okay.
hey, just take this guy.
Turvey will let out an exasperated sigh. And Pleen will just, yeah, so come with me. We'll go to town and we'll you could walk around for a little bit, but then we're gonna have to turn you over.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a good part of town and a bad part of town now?
No?
Is
Altar of the
there?
Deep King is right next to the or Deep Father is right next to the Sea Mother shrine. So they're right next to each other. It can
And
be
how are we to
confusing.
tell them apart? Is there like a wardrobe or something
The Deep
that?
King, they set it up next to the lake, so it's right next to it. Whereas
Yeah.
the Sea Mother is a little bit further away in the center of town.
Oh, they got the prime real estate.
Well,
Right.
it's just
They
easier to
claimed
get
an
to the water.
easement. Yeah.
But I mean, as far as the followers go, can we tell them apart from one from another? Like, do they wear a sash or a
Yeah, of course you can tell them
crucifix?
apart. Some of them are mean and others are nice.
Well, I mean, I'd rather not be right there. I'd like to have a visual cue so I don't know who to approach and who to avoid.
Yeah, do you all have like a greeting of the Sea Mother
And
that
if
we
we
could
start,
say to them?
if we start fighting, to know who to kill and who not to kill.
They think for a second and then look back to the others.
Like, damn, we should have come up with a challenge word. That's a good idea.
We'll talk it over, cause that's some thinking there. But no, not really. But we'll figure it out once we get there. Don't worry.
Yeah, why would we worry? We're being marched in as sacrifices.
The false
Yeah.
sacrifices. It's
Mess.
pretend, make believe. You know.
Mm-hmm.
It's only make believe if you win.
Well,
All right.
we're gonna win.
Yeah.
So run me down with how we're gonna be able to walk in here armed again.
Oh, just watch. Trust.
Okay.
I carry the will of the people. Most of them.
All right.
Most of them.
If you carry the will of most of the people, and I know you're not good with numbers, how is the Deep Father a thing? If you all have more numbers.
Let's not get wrapped up in semantics.
I mean, semantics is important in this situation.
Yeah.
Very important.
All right, fair enough. I guess we're getting boats and supplies, and we kill all of the non-believers.
Yeah, exactly.
Shun the non-believers, Charlie.
Non-believers.
And you're okay with lethal action here. You don't. I mean,
Absolutely.
you don't want to try to save any of them. No, your daughter.
Nah. Fuck that
Say we can make more.
Fuck that
Okay.
bitch. All right, well,
Holy
there's the
cow.
answer we've been waiting on.
It's a disgrace.
I mean, how many? Just
Your
out of
own
curiosity,
daughter,
how many
okay.
kids do you have?
True.
2. Okay.
Again, not good
So
with
it's not
numbers.
like you spawn hundreds
Okay.
of them or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. I didn't keep track. Come on.
Okay.
And waving you on, they will kind of lead your troop as the rest of the Kuotoa kind of follow behind, kind of pointing spears at you guys, like smiling at you all at the same time,
Uh-huh.
like kind of trying to keep up a charade that they're not very good at doing, but they do their best. And as you approach, it takes better part of like honestly 30 minutes winding along the shores of the dark lake. You would see tall netted walls hanging along with sharp bone hooks kind of woven into them. In the middle of each wall is a gate through which you can see Kuotoa walking to and from. And you would even see the Kuotoa who are kind of have the hooks and the spears wandering around the gate-like areas. And coming through the gates is easy enough because they just kind of like look at Blue Plane and give a nod and keep wandering off, kind of almost like in a circular path, like a school of fish. And as you enter into beyond this netted wall, you would see dozens and dozens of mud hovels or hovels, as well as like a lining of some docks on the kind of northwest side of the city. As you would see dozens of Kuotoa wandering around. Some of them do take note of you, but don't really think anything of it with, well, Plu Plane leading you in. And as you finally arrive at Slue Blue Dope, that is where we'll end tonight. With you guys in Slue Dope, with under the guise of being sacrifices, at least in the future, as you're allowed to walk in with your weapons. No one's really thinking anything, well, at least doesn't seem that way, as Plu Plane is leading you. You did lose Glavadul as you were walking to the lake, so he just like slowly got out of view.
Oh man.
So he is not with you in this moment.
Poor fella.
You probably would hear as he leaves range, like, I'll catch up with you guys. This is really weird out here. As he's slowly trudging on. But you have finally made it to a semblance of civilization, as it is mostly mud homes, but most people you guys have seen in days, weeks for some. We'll pick up there next week.
All right.
So, yeah, thanks for joining in, Twitch, and
Thanks, Twitch.
we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Guys.
Bye.
Good night.